In Taiwan, you have happy go.
Yeah.
But in America, you have 零元购. Hey. And that actually makes sense because happy go.
That is racist, yo.
Yeah, it is, but it's okay. I got a pass. I got my 政治正确黑卡.
Your 黑卡.
That's why it's called happy go卡. So, 零元购. Everybody has been wondering what in the hell is going on in California, dude.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, 零元购 is pretty much just stealing stuff from folks without any consequence. And today, we're gonna find out exactly what the hell is LA doing with 零元购. So, when it comes to 零元购, almost everybody knows about the law that's been around for 10 years, which pretty much says that you can either spend up to maybe 6 months in jail or just pay $1,000. 6 months is the maximum, so maybe it's 1 week, maybe it's 2 weeks. This laid the foundation for 零元购. In order to understand that, you need to understand the concept of bail. Bail pretty much is like if you get caught committing a crime, or if you are suspected of committing a crime and they throw you in jail, you have to pay a certain amount of money to get out. Otherwise, you stay in jail until your trial. That could be 1 month, could be 2 months, or even 3 to 6 months, yo. Now, this is extremely important because when it comes to bail, for most criminal organizations, that's the cost of doing business, dog. And the thing is like, let's say you have a group of criminals and they get caught, and you have to pay bail every time they get caught. So now that you understand just how important bail is, let's go back to how this all started. Back in 2019, whenever the pandemic hit, in Los Angeles, the pressure on the jail system was really, really high. Because they're like, hey, this is not sanitary, yo. We got too many prisoners in here. We need to relieve some of this. Otherwise, everybody's gonna catch this stuff. This is where they came up with the zero cash bail policy, which pretty much said that if you commit anything within these categories of misdemeanor or petty crime, then you don't have to pay bail in order to get out of jail. You still have to show up for your trial, but we're gonna let you go because you didn't do anything serious. This is the actual law right here. It's awesome because they have like a stop. It looks like a traffic light, right? Yeah. So pretty much the stop is anything that involves you being a danger to the public, you're not gonna be able to spring bail. But if you come down here where it says pass go, examples of offenses eligible for cite and release. Most theft offenses, vehicle code violations, and offenses against property, which pretty much saying that the majority of anything you steal, or if you do some graffiti on someone's wall in someone's car, we're not gonna ask you to pay bail. Yeah. You can literally just pass go. It's literally 零元购. They really did. Wow. It's like, you can't make this stuff up, yo.
Yeah. It's like, go. It's
like, go, move.
What's the iPhone 15?
So, with this law, they did relieve a lot of the pressure off the system during the pandemic period, but that also resulted in a rise in crime. But after the pandemic was over, they're like, okay, we don't need this anymore. So they deleted it and everything was back to normal. But then at the beginning of this year, a group of churches got together to help defend a group of guys who they felt were being unfairly treated, because when it comes to bail, most people cannot afford it. It's too expensive. They're poor. So that's unfair for lower income people, for minorities. This one's a 歧视啊. What? They argued this in front of the Superior Court in LA, and the LA Superior Court was like, 有道理耶. How? Boom. Zero cash bail reinstated. They decided this back in July of this year, and it just went into effect 3 days ago, yo. Wow. So to them, it sounded like a good idea, right? But let me tell you, even the most gangster of gangster rappers, a legend, the man who's been shot in the 9 times, came out, was like, yo, this is a bad idea, yo. He literally say, LA is finished. Watch how bad it gets out here. Shake my hand. And he's like, hashtag Branson Cognac, which is his alcohol company. Wow. He's like, hey, go get bad, but don't steal my alcohol. Buy it, yo. There's nothing you can do. LA is doomed. Have a drink. That's awesome. Yo, you know things are really bad whenever a gangster rapper is telling the government, hey, this is a bad idea, yo. But that is just one half of the problem. The other half of the problem is LA has a police crisis, yo. Check this. For 3.8 million people in the city, they have less than 9,000 police officers. Wow. Then you have to cut that in half, because they got to work shifts. Even with overtime, that's maybe 12 hours at most. And then they have to patrol maybe one officer for an entire neighborhood, which could be up to 900 people, yo. Even with a gun, I wouldn't want to deal those odds, yo. And then you imagine, like, you're a police officer, you're on your patrol, and all of a sudden 30 people come run out of a store full of goods in hand.
I will run with it.
Like, I come in peace. All this happens. You don't know if they're carrying weapons, what they might do to you if you show up with, then you say like, freeze. And let's say you actually manage to catch one of them. You actually manage to put them in handcuffs and they happen to be black. Then people say, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, putting more pressure on you. Then you take them to jail. They're out the next day. Then as a police officer, when you're going to collect evidence and interview the witnesses, the witness like, hey, Melton, young nation company, your bullshit,
yeah.
It's a victimless crime. Nobody got hurt, yo. Awi, you got health insurance, right?
Yeah.
Let me break your leg. It's a victimless crime, right? You a bullshit, nah.
Yeah.
I'm not hurting anybody. You will be fine later. And actually, it helps you because you can请假. You can stay at home. You can watch other people 零元购 on your phone. It's a cycle. Then when the trial comes, maybe you need to testify in the courthouse, which means you're not making as much money as you should be. And on top of that, that's one less police officer on the street, yo. And then while the trial is going down, there's a group of young people outside shouting, defund the police. Would you want to do that job?
I will quit, yo.
Most people won't even sign up in the first place, dude. So this is what is going on right now.
I was like, hey, happy, go.
Yeah, like, I don't see nothing, I don't do nothing. Then after all of this, you go home, you go online, and people are defending 零元购, saying, this is justified.
There's only one thing that would stop our children from busting into these liquor stores and grocery stores stealing, and that's reparations.
Wow.
懒觉欸.
Wow.
You're saying that the only solution to all these people stealing things is to give them money? Money for something that they didn't experience, by the way. It's not they went through slavery. It's like their ancestors went through it. It's like, hey, we know you want to steal stuff, but take this money instead. After they spend all the money, what are they going to do next?
Yeah.
You think they're going to save it for the next time they make bail? Like, hey, I just got $150,000 for the company. Let me save it so I can make bail next time. I'm gonna be smart with my money now. By the way, you might think we're joking, but California is actually considering paying $800 million to California residents for reparations of slavery, yo.
现在去垦丁晒黑，我去可以拿钱。
Yeah.
我是晒得怎么来？
Oh, society could pay me. God damn it. Then you say, man, I'm gonna put down my phone, maybe turn on the news, see what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And you turn it on, and this guy is telling you that your words are hurting the criminals. Your description of them is offensive.
Looting is a term that we typically use when people of color or urban dwellers are doing something. We tend not to use that term for other people when they do the exact same thing.
Wait, we tend not to use that term for people who don't steal stuff, yo. Wait, so now we have to think about the feelings of the criminals. Now I have to say, hey, don't call them looters. Yo. They stole your stuff. They rob you. They make you feel unsafe. But 你要对他们好，你要尊重他们哦。
要尊重他们的名称哦。
Defund the police. Respect criminals. What is this clown world we are living in?